My name is Mohan Zulkupli. I'm here want to interview the practice engineer named Shahdan. Can you introduce yourself, name, position, and company name?
Hi everyone, my name is Shahdan Amirul bin Ekade. Currently, I'm working as a project engineer in Fetus Engineering Services in Kuala Lumpur. My company nature of business is fire protection services, and my current project is the Pavilion Bukit Jalil lah. As you know, yesterday their grand opening.
Oh, okay. Based from the Code of Professional Conduct, I noticed that most common subject that is emphasized is not falsify the qualification for a subject matter. Why does this is important, and why must practice engineer not be aware of his position in industry?
As a registered engineer, we shall know our responsible, and we need to know what is the do and don'ts in our work. As a registered engineer, we shall act as a professional one. We have to do we have to act for each employee or client as a trust. We need to gain their trust, the client trust. So we have to have the responsible for the for the practice in the project or in the work that we involve.
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
For the question three, I want to ask, why must a practice engineer only undertake tasks if only he is qualified by the education and experience in the specific field? Biologically, aren't we needed to explore a new field to gain more experience? Can you please explain?
Basically, there's three main step lah to becoming an engineer. You have to study for engineering and get your degree. And during the degree, we also have to learn the maths, the physics, and the science. And sometimes depends on our degree lah. Most probably, you all are maintenance, right?
No, we are from, I'm from refrigeration
Yeah.
and
So
Afnan.
all are mechanical, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Normally, mechanical, you have to have the maths, the physics, and the science. Other than that, your degree is the main thing. Then another one is to have the qualified certificate lah. If your work needed for the qualified certificate, and if I do not mistake with the task, if you are not qualified, it will risk the whole project and can be arrest, can be a summon, and your license or your degree also can be suspend if you do the things that cannot be do without the qualified. But there is more other way to gain experience and knowledge to other field, such as taking the courses. Right now, many courses that can be joined by CIDB or NIOS. It seems like doctor lah who can do operate out of their expertise. So as an engineer, there are some things that you cannot do. Yeah, you have to refer to other expert, such as we have the senior engineer, or sometimes we call our suppliers to do all the things lah, because that is beyond our expertise.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. To the question four, why must a practice engineer keep a proper records of his work? This is from the BEM 4.2.1, and I quote: "A registered engineer technology shall keep proper records of his participation, supervision, inspection, or witness the activities on site."
Basically, all this is for proof of your work and every work that we done, we have to have our own record, and the work have to be supervised by who. That one, if we done the job, there's someone have to be a witness, and we also have to sign the documentation for proof to the client and to authorities. The record will be revised again if there is mistake in the project, but normally if there is mistake, we need to be responsibility. We have to take the responsible lah. The record will prove that we have our team have do the inspection and also find the mistake. If there is a mistake, we can find through the documentation lah. Basically, the documentation is the most important thing. We have to do the inspection. From the inspection, we will have all the material. We use material submission. We have the list of workers and the expertise that done the work.
Okay. For the we go to the question first. What is the most appropriate solution to address the ethical challenge that occur in the organization?
There are several way to address the ethical challenge, such as policy of the company, and most largest company they will enforce the code of ethic based on the BEM, and employer must provide the educational opportunities to all employers in order to comply their policies, such as if like me, I'm working as a fire protection engineer. So if one project, before I go to the project, to attend at least one course that from my experience before I attend the pavilion Bukit Jalil, I have to attend 1 week training for the services that I will serve for the project.
Oh,
Beside that, employee beside that, employ a confidential system, although the employee may understand that will not suffer during the project lah, because sometimes you have to understand what are you going to do before you attend the project. To elevate this issue, managers and higher level should set up a confidential system to report the ethical violation. Similarly, managers should handle the discipline confidentially to protect the policy of those they need to confront. Most importantly, supervisor should never push an entire team for the action for one or two workers. For this issue, manager should take the lead lah, because the higher their position, the biggest their responsibility.
okay. We go to the question 6. What is the best method to prevent corruption and unethical practice?
This issue very common happen in not in only construction lah. I think most places also have this issue. To prevent this issue, I think all staff to understand their company rules and expect around the bribery and the corruption. They need to know what is the acceptable concerning gift, hospitality, donation, sponsor and political donation. You have to know what is the thing that you can receive and what things that you can give. It's not what people give you can all you take, because sometimes that things is the right, but we cannot differentiate it lah, because sometimes you think it's just a gift, but from the other side, they expect something return from you. Beside that, formal training and reminder from management is also good lah, to prevent the bribery and unethical action happen in this company. Mm, uh, Basically, the company have to be sure they outline what is meant by legitimate and pro. What how to say? Company have to set the limit. What is the legal things that you can receive and what is the illegal thing
The
you can
standard.
do and don't.
The standard. Standard of the company.
Okay.
We go to the question 7. State the behavior that are prohibited according to the Board of Engineers of Malaysia. You can state one or two.
Sorry.
You can state one or two behavior that are prohibited according to the Board of Engineers.
Sorry. Can you repeat?
Um, can you state the behavior
Yeah.
that are prohibited according to the Board of Engineers of Malaysia?
Actually, this behavior is not generally stated from the BM lah, but as you know, as a this engineer, you cannot take the bribe. You have to be how to say? You have to be more professional on your job. You cannot be lie on the job. Basically, I often see that most people lie about the material and the cost lah. They want to cut the cost and then they use the cheap material or that one really happen
Yesterday.
on site lah. Yeah.
Alright.
Uh,
Now we go to next question. How to
yeah.
analysis the unethical engineering practice and the risk if that happen.
Usually there will be a audit from uh like me. I have a main con and I am a subcon. So usually there will be a audit from the main con. Quarterly, sometimes 2-3 months, they will review the inspection form, the material that we use, and from that audit, they can trace if there is a fraud from our works lah. So basically, they will sometimes they will check all the paperwork back to check
Oh,
either the unethical
engineering practice
eh,
and unethical engineering practice.
from the audit lah. They
Oh,
will get the unethical practice. Yeah.
okay. We go to question 9. What is engineers responsible for the environment while project in progress?
The responsible is to make sure the material that we use are controlled and keep the material under supervision and dispose it under control rules like diesel and chemical lah. Usually chemical, we have safety data sheet, which mean how much the chemical comes and how much we use and how much to be disposed. All that have to be record, and to dispose we also have to call the suppliers or the company that properly can dispose the chemical lah.
Chemical waste.
Beside that we have to do regularly supervise the running project to make sure that our waste is not pollute the environment lah. But most probably there's a chemical item lah. Sometimes the workers, the diesel or the thinner, they just throw away inside the longkang lah.
So, and not responsible worker.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to remind them repeatedly.
Usually that foreign worker or local worker.
Usually foreign worker lah, because language different with them. Sometimes they don't understand. They see can
Oh,
throw, they just go away.
alright. I see. Okay, we go to the last question. What is your perception about the green environment?
Green environment relate to the concept of the environment conservation and improve health of the environment. This includes supporting practice like informed consumption, conservation, and invest in renewable energy. You know, in Pavilion Bukit Jalil,
Yeah.
they also implement a green environment. There is a system they call green building, which mean all the water from fire protection, the chiller water, the, the, the wastewater from water to cool the chiller. That is one sample for green building technology lah. And using that technology, they can save money from the water use, and also can save environment because their water is not discharged from the building. They just rotate inside the building.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you for your contribution for this session. And
Yeah,
I'm really sorry for interrupt your time.
it's
This
okay.
is the end for this session. Have a good one. All right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Now there's me and you, and we are not alone. You and me, we are together now.